welcome to the GV Lounge halftime show. This is episode number 26. It means I've been doing this for 6 months every Sunday, and I think that calls for a celebration. Yeah. Woo! Okay, good to go. Today we got a great show for you. I interview myself. I know it doesn't get more self-indulgent than this, but that's what the GV Lounge is all about. We also have a little cooking segment for you today. And then we're going to play the title track from my second album called Bottle of the Past. Well, to answer that question, I must give you a little bit of a context. I grew up in a creative household. My mom started out as a family counselor and journalist, and she then became a writer. And she also was a writer for radio plays. My stepdad was a director at this radio show. Their mutual friend was a multi-instrumentalist that did music for these shows. He also became my first drum teacher. He was an excellent cook. My stepdad is an excellent cook. My mom actually got my brother and I a gig as child actors in these radio plays. So there were actually times when we all worked on the same play. These were key things that I remember. Then a few years ago I stumbled across Daryl Hall's web show called Live from Daryl's House, and I thought, why am I not doing that? Whew, this wine is tiring me out. Songs don't seem to have an expiry date. It's just because you've written songs early on, that doesn't make them worse than your most recent songs. For example, my song Family, I've noticed has gotten the most hits out of the 25 songs that I've posted for you on YouTube. And that's the first song I ever wrote. So you never know. Who cares? Can't we just play the song? Alright, cooking segment. We're going to make my famous salad dressing. Everybody knows I love my salads, and this is a recipe that I got from my stepdad, and we will be referring to this salad dressing later on in different cooking segments. We're going to have, first we're going to do a balsamic based dressing. Down the line I'll show you the apple cider vinegar based dressing, but let's get started with this one. What I have in here is 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Okay, and I got a blob of raspberry jam already sitting in there for a little while to dissolve. Okay, and that's 1 teaspoon. Okay, so we want to break that down a little bit. The original, see how that dissolves nicely there. The original recipe is with jelly. You can use quince jelly, but you can use any type of jam, but you don't want big fruit pieces in there. So some dried dill in there, maybe some ground pepper, and then we have these shallots. Okay, finely diced shallots. Of course you can use onions too, but you must make them small little dices, so you have to cut them 3 ways. Very important. Okay, we'll get those guys in there, and so let's mix this all together. And we want to add the extra virgin olive oil at the very end, and that is because oil separates the flavors. So first you want to mix all the flavors together so you get that nicely combined, and then at the very end you want to add 3 tablespoons of course, extra virgin olive oil. 1, 2, 3. So it's a 1-to-3 ratio, vinegar and oil. And then you want to mix that together. Okay, that's looking real nice. And that is your dressing, and it fits right. This is about good for a salad of this size, covering a bowl like this. Once you want to make a bigger salad for your parties at home, you double everything, but you do not double the jam. Okay, you keep that always 1 tablespoon. I mean 1 teaspoon. That's that. So that is the halftime show. Thanks for stopping in, and I hope we're gonna have another great 26 shows ahead of us, and cheers. I like to open a bottle of the past and take another sip of the friendship we had. I'm sure it tastes better than the finest wine, and I wonder why it did not last. Some people wonder all life never stay. They say they're happy, but their life seems cold and grey. Other people find that connection of the soul and stay together, 'cause they just know. I'd like to know where we went wrong, or is it my fate to be alone? And if our souls end up in space, will we reconnect in some way? Oh, 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 da 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 da, la 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 la. Oh, 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 da 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 da, la 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 la. I'd like to know where we went wrong, or is it my fate to be alone, babe? And if our souls end up in space, will we reconnect in some way? I'd like to open a bottle of the past and take another sip of the friendship we had. I'm sure it tastes better than the finest wine. Now I look to the sky and hope we'll meet again at last. I pray to the sky that we'll meet again.